Well, good morning. Very impromptu little blog, and the reason for it is that this morning I've been working. This is my workstation, by the way. This is where I edit. My computer's behind there. It's an Apple Mac Pro, and these are two 4K screens. And this is where I'm busy editing now what I shot earlier this year in Namibia. So I'm busy doing that, and that's quite fun. And this is where I do my editing. I was writing on the Patreon page. Patreon is where supporters come in and buy me a cup of coffee every month to make sure I continue make the movies that I make. And to tell them a little bit about what I have planned in the future. And really interesting and fantastic growth. And I must say the growth is because of you guys at Patreon. Directly because of you guys at Patreon. Okay, so thank you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. Plans. We're starting 4xOverland US. The idea behind 4xOverland US is that we want to produce some caps, maybe some clothing, travel mugs, and I found, for example, I'm telling you this long before I should really, but this is something that I bought at Overland Expo West 2 years ago, and it's a mat bag, but it's also general purpose. It's so nice. Have this kind of thing made. Go and find those amazing products, brand them 4xOverland. So there's a bit of swag, there's a bit of branding, and a bit of fun, and make those available to my US fans first. So 4xOverland US is being created now. I'm working with a partner there, and it's rolling. It's going. We're talking some quite nice sponsors. I'll get to that in a minute. The other plan for the US, and this is a bit of a big one, and I don't know if I'm going to pull it off. I want to build a vehicle in the US. I'm building one in Australia. I've mentioned the 6-wheel drive. Building in Australia, and I want to have a permanent vehicle stationed in the US, because my two focuses of travel, I won't leave Africa alone. I can't, it's in my blood. I will always go to Africa. But my other two focuses of places to go: North America, planning a trip next year, Pacific Northwest. Right, looks amazing. Got some local people, actually got some genuine American Indian guides working with us. Very exciting, just so exciting, and not yellow deserts that I'm used to. Just a different place to go. Really, absolutely can't wait. And we're also working with sponsors in the US. So now I have a question. If you're based in the US and you have a product that you'd like us to use, or you know anybody in Mercedes-Benz USA, particularly in the marketing department, you never know. I'm throwing stones here. You never know what might come back. We want to build a Mercedes. I'm not going to say which Mercedes-Benz. A Mercedes-Benz 4-wheel drive vehicle stationed in the US that we will use every year for our explorations there. So that's our goal in the USA. And that is really, that's happening. Okay, it's rolling. My Australia move is happening in early November. I will be in Australia early November. I'm going to be going via Dubai and Oman. So I'm shooting something planned in the Empty Quarter, part of Oman that I didn't reach during my last visit. I have a number of choices with vehicles. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I have a number of choices, and since the 6-wheel drive thing we did, I've just been inundated with offers on vehicles. Please take our car. Please take our truck. So I've got to decide what'll work best for that. And the other goals, I want to do a trip. I'm going to be living in Western Australia, so I want to do a trip, explore the whole western coast of Australia, right up from the south side, right up to the Kimberleys. Google Kimberleys, Western Australia. It's just jaw-droppingly beautiful. Just astonishing. That's in the plan. I don't know when that. I'm planning canning stock next year in the 6x6. That's the plan. It's not in concrete yet. The 6-wheel drive is still not in concrete yet. There are still things to, so I'm a little bit wobbly on that. But canning stock is pretty firm. That's pretty firm. Even if I don't do it in a 6-wheel drive, I will do canning stock next year. That's the plan. And then longer term, I'm talking about something amazing in South America. I'm not going to give too many. Okay, I will. What the hell? It won't harm. My plan is to buy. See, when I was a kid, when I was 13 or 14 years old, I got hold of a brochure called the Darien Breakthrough, and it was a story of 2 Range Rovers and the British Army that were the first to complete the Trans-America's Highway, including the Darien Gap. Now, they weren't the first vehicles to actually traverse the Darien Gap completely. I think those were Jeeps. But these were the first vehicles to drive non-stop from Alaska right down to Tierra del Fuego, right the southern point of South America.
December the 3rd, 1971. An RAF Hercules landed 2 Range Rovers at Anchorage, Alaska, with driving teams from the British Army. Their aim? To be the first vehicles to drive from Alaska to Cape Horn through the Darien Gap.
I want to retrace those steps. Now, I don't know if I'm going to drive through the jungles of Darien. I'm not guaranteeing that.
There were beautiful stinging caterpillars and ants, some of them an inch long, whose bites hurt like hell for hours.
But what I am saying is that to celebrate that event, I'm going to try and interview 1 or 2 of the people that actually went on the original event. I know one of them. In fact, I have not met him, but I know somebody who knows him very well.
Under the leadership of Major John Blashford Snell of the Royal Engineers.
I'm going to try and get an interview with him and actually drive it in an old Range Rover. Actually go, and I'll probably go with Paul because Paul is technically so brilliant and ideal for this kind of thing. Actually take Paul with me to keep the vehicle running. I know a lot about early classic Range Rovers. I rebuilt mine and I know it very, very well. But with his skill, both of us combined, I think it'll be an amazing story and literally retrace their steps. Literally retrace their steps and tell the story all the way from Alaska right the way down to the bottom of South America. How do you think that? I'm talking about 2 months, perhaps even 3 months, including the vehicle build in USA. So now you've got an idea of what I'm looking at long term. So, and I have to say it again, Patreon, if you go on to my website, you will find something that looks like that, a link to, that's my Patreon page. And basically it's all about, you love my videos enough, you give me $1, $2, $3 a month. That's all it takes. Enough of you do that, that's all it takes, all of these things. And there are enough of you doing it already for me to be able to make this kind of planning come true. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Did you enjoy that? Then please subscribe. If you'd like to take our relationship to the next level from just $1 a month to support my productions, or if you'd like to download everything I've ever made, go to 4xOverland.com.